Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. This guy was on a bike ride in Canada when he suddenly felt the bridge shaking and realized he was not alone.
Are you guys out of nacho cheese?
Yes, we are.
Aww.
I don't know what the I am observing right now, but this branch right now that this bird's on is floating in the middle of mid-air.
Not that close. There you go. Squirt the car. No, not me!
I guess this proves just how well camouflage can work.
Oh my god, my dog is stupid. He does not know he's standing on a baby deer.
Guys, we're on a walk. Look, my girlfriend found some flowers. Here, show them what I got.
A big stick, yeah.
This guy should have invested in stronger teeth.
You want to hear something really quick? No. I have fake teeth. They just flew out when I
The Fae are calling.
Where are the Fae calling?
They're calling. You gotta answer.
This contractor is out of this world.
Hey, Sid. What's up, man? Been a long time. What have you been up to? Just chilling, you know? Yeah, good to see you, man, too.
Tell me one Pink Floyd song. One. Exactly. Faker.
My girl apartment, she talking about it's safe over here. We got law enforcement. I'm like, okay, cool, the sheriff, cool. These got Nick Fury. Yeah, I'm overly safe.
This kid doing bird impressions is my favorite clip this episode.
First one is the creepy sound of the common loon. Oh, wait, hang on. There we go. This is the wild turkey.
These guys hosted a bald meetup in Seattle. One of my subscribers sent me this video of this enormous sand crab.
For size comparison, this is a normal sand crab. And this was the monster one. Holy mackerel, I mean, just look at him.
Maintenance.
I have fun in my apartment for me and my class. Everybody say hi to the people.
How did he even discover this?
Hey, look, when I imitate a sneeze, she'll sneeze.
Achoo! Achoo!
Man, who the hell got the banana peel at the...
This Twitch chat invented perfect timing.
Have you ever seen a lake above the ocean? Well, here you go.
This little Japanese robot checks on customers and also uses a security camera to help catch shoplifters.
Hello. That's so funny. It makes little sounds. So cute.
Cheese ball.
I think he's the king of the bugs.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
These baseball fans recruited more people to come cheer with their shirts off.
And then dash light on a car. And then you can check that my engine by just pressing
if I do that,
because
then
my
I can
pulse is
essentially
there.
So, is this real, or is he just a magician?
So you just put your money loose in the wallet, like, you know, however way, right? And then you flip it one way, it goes into the X. And then you flip it the other way, wait. Yeah, and then it goes into like these two bands.
No. You changed your mind? I don't want it.
I never knew this is how drawstrings were added to sweatpants.
Oh, boy. Oh, man, bro.
This prank backfired on him.
Hey, sorry for taking so long.
Yeah, thanks for having me. No problem. I brought some wine. I hope that's okay.
Well, dinner just came out of the oven. It just...
Oh, yeah?
Sometimes in Hollywood, they'll film stunts using miniatures just like this.
And action.
The American flamingo. And lots of people's favorites, the mourning dove.
This little guy made a friend at the airport.
I'm just like my mom.
I always imagined that the inside of a sinking boat would be much more chaotic than this.
So mommy goes missing, that means someone takes me, and the cops come to you and they're like, can you tell us what your mom looks like? What do you say?
I say that she has 2 rings, her eyes are green, and then her nose is pierced, and then she has a body like Humpty Dumpty.
Is he the first person to play the piano with a banana? This baby whale shark seemed to really enjoy the bubbles from these divers and kept circling back for more. Why do cats feel the need to do this?
Our cat caught a mouse in the garage. So he caught a mouse, couldn't find it, whatever. So we go out.
Not in that one, it's in the front.
Oh, okay, it's in the other one. So we go out to dinner, and Christine. Oh, there he is. Look at him. Look at him. Come on.
Oh my god, will this locomotive acknowledge me?
I think I found the king of flamingos. He couldn't believe his eyes. The shark washed up on the beach, so this guy decided to help them out. I have to point out that approaching a shark is dangerous, so please do not attempt to do this. She wanted to see how long she could hold on for if she was falling off a cliff.
Help!
Can you spot the octopus?
I saw this laying on the ground and thought it was a piece of bread. It's a rock. Instead of bedrock, we've got bread rock and a cat.
Going under the bridge probably wasn't the smartest move.
Brother, I don't know if you know this, but I think you hit the bridge. Yeah. Yeah, the roof of your truck's missing. Yeah, no, I say it's a convertible now.
Toy Story, how Woody flies.
He really got rage baited by a bird.
I'm trying to finish my sentence, but somebody won't.
Don't give up on your dreams. The Rock is selling shampoo and conditioner, and he's bald.
So, do you think they like olives?
This is a needle, and that is a haystack. Let's find the needle in the haystack. I don't even know where to start. At least my screen time's going down from this. I've managed to find a metal detector. I've got it. 4 hours.
I don't know exactly what I'm looking at, but it's pretty cool.
Panepinto Bakery.
Sorry, something went wrong.
Okay, you say it now.
Panepinto Bakery.
Sure, Panepinto Bakery. Let's go.
Why with me makes a Greek accent?
So, what's the name of the movie?
Yeah, no, I have plenty of movies that we could watch. We could watch Twilight, or 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 we could watch Twilight.
El gato yo no sé cómo es la cabida, pero mi bocina tiene risa de down, boludo. Hace...
How did he even discover this?
Look, says it right there. Hand wash only. Do not iron. A Volvo truck.
Y'all, while I'm at this apartment complex, and I'm like, that rock look a little too perfect. Like, how did they get a rock that looks so rock? They didn't. This fake as hell.
Think they ran out of liquor?
You might have been wondering what a roadrunner sounds like, but you don't have to anymore, because this is what it sounds like. That's it. Thanks for having me.
If you like this video, you might enjoy this one as well, where I go over
Miss Faye, that is why we are here.
Please, ask me whatever you want.
Let's see.
I'm so sorry to trouble you with my silly little problems.
Not at all. But I think we'd better move on to another question.
Whoa, you got an opinion about everybody. Haven't you seen a Baroness before?
If someone has manipulated the scene, we must act quickly.
Come on, darling. Don't see ghosts everywhere.
This is Moses Wildflower, and I'm Plato Palladius in the Clawville Police Department. The stars of Clawville in the flesh.
Ladies and gentlemen, all aboard!
What's good, everyone, and welcome to the Southeast Asian Game Showcase 2026. I'm Michael Hyam.
I'm Samantha Lau.
And I'm Arif Johan.
We're excited to be back again this year, shining a spotlight on Southeast Asian-based developers and Southeast Asian-led teams from all over the globe. This year, we got a packed show with exclusive trailers, updates, and announcements for over 35 games from Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam.
We wanted to make sure that this year's show had the very best from Southeast Asia talent, with everything from short teasers to long deep dives behind the games you see today.
Before we kick things off, we also wanted to thank our sponsors: Gamescom Asia and Thailand Game Show, Goldpack Goblins, MDEC, PM Studios, Raw Fury, Toge Productions, Xbox, and Exola. Outside of the showcase, these organizations have all played an important role in supporting and championing Southeast Asian games.
All right, let's get it poppin' and kick things off with our first announcement.
Vinyl City, the music capital of the world. 3 years ago, our band battled some of the greatest artists here.
And we're gonna battle more!
We are.
Of course! This time, we're taking it to...
And we're alive! You all know me. I'm Vanessa Light. And I bring you the latest news. The best, the worst, all the drama in the music scene directly to you.
The Grand Quasar is a miracle of rhythmic technology. When introduced to a surge of rad power, this carefully balanced beacon of science suddenly experienced a cascade of failures.
Bunkbed Junction. Your mission, which you can only choose to accept, is to travel across the peninsula and collect all pieces of quasar fragments.
Wait, that means...
We're going on a road trip! This is gonna be awesome! Woohoo!
It seems to me that you guys are acting more like Tatiana's hired muscle here.
We're not!
Well,
if it isn't the bunk bed jokers. For I am Rama Irama. And in my world, you play by my rules.
Do you think we got too big too fast, Zook?
I hate to see you doubt yourself, May, but your instincts have never been wrong.
Rock on. Vinyl City waits for you.
Among Us. I also help run our indie game fund Outer Sloth. I wrote a book about community management, and I'm a partner at Wholesome Games. As a child of Vietnamese immigrants, I learned from the very start how important it is to build a foundation for others to help them succeed and grow. And it's one of those things where Southeast Asian games really happen because we are able to tell our stories and explore our creativity, spurred on by the support of others that came before us. There are a couple of Outer Sloth funded games in this showcase, so I'm really excited to introduce one of them, which is Ho Games, who are hard at work on their game, Am I Nima? Psst, Jeremy, that's your cue. And
What? Hey, my name is Jeremy Ho, and I'm the creative director and artist at Ho Games.
I'm Alvin Ho, and I'm the lead programmer.
Hi, I'm Allison Ho, and I'm the 3D artist.
And we're working on our debut game, Am I Nima? Am I Nima is a psychological horror game where you play as Nima, a girl who has lost all her memories and is being trapped in the basement by her mother. To escape, all you have to do is pass your mom's test and convince her that you really are her daughter.
In this game, you navigate Nima's actions by using words that appear in her brain. These words are Nima's thoughts and emotions. Words can also be combined together to create new words, allowing you to dive deeper into Nima's mind. Some of these combinations might even bring up hidden memories and secrets.
Exploration is also a big part of the game. Interacting with objects in the room will give you clues and insights into Nima's past, helping you prepare for Mom's tests.
When it comes to these tests, you'll use your newfound words to direct the conversation. Choose your words carefully, as they will change how Nima responds to her mom. Will you tell her what she wants to hear? Or will you probe her for the truth? Here's a look at a new test where Nima will draw pictures based on your words. Make sure to wishlist Am I Nima on Steam.
Hey everyone, my name's Nito. I'm an actor and one of the producers at Sunset Visitor Studio. I got my start in games with Sunset Visitor's debut game, 1000 Times Resist, where I got to voice the role of Watcher. As a first-gen Vietnamese Canadian, I now realize how lucky I am to be able to harness two different cultures whenever I approach my work, building my life while honoring my heritage. 24, 58, 32. In this upcoming incremental horror game, you'll generate random numbers to earn cash. Use that cash to commit unspeakable sins. But be cautious, God is watching.
apa kabar? I'm Sarah Johanna, an indie game marketer from Indonesia. Here's a short little we've been told about the culture of gotong royong, which literally means living together. And that's a culture that I also see in the game community, where you work together and support each other without expecting anything in return. And for me, that is as beautiful as flower. Here's a game from Thailand where you manage a magical flower shop with help from a chaotic clueless fairy. Design unique bouquets, build connections, and join Pudi on a wholesome, silly adventure about self-discovery.
Sup dudes, I'm Patriotica, also known as Shaggy Beer Games, the solid dev behind Lost and Found. It's an adventure game that blends 2D, 3D, pixel art, and a bunch of different animation styles. I put together this exclusive trailer for the SEA Game Showcase. I hope you enjoy it.
Hey guys, this is Jay, co-founder of Singaporean indie game studio Kopi Forge. Our game, Sedap, a culinary adventure, a chaotic co-op game about Southeast Asian food, was featured in last year's edition of the Southeast Asian Games Showcase. This year, I'm very excited to be able to pass the baton over to our friends at Twilight Foundry Games. This game is a narrative-driven management sim about rediscovering lost recipes and rebuilding the family restaurant. Journey through the rich tapestry of Malaysia's gastronomical culture in this upcoming title. Check it out and don't forget to stay hydrated.
When your Montavi is stolen, you have to take matters into your own hands. I'll play multiple decks to their full potential. Keep track of my actions, that's essential. See how the grid is laid out real nice? I gotta pay attention or I'll pay the price. Give out biscuits to assemble my team. I'll be the best Montavi trainer the city's ever seen. Me versus the bad guys, who will the winner be? That all depends on my team's synergy. Winning's just the first step in my journey. I'll need a powerful build to show that I'm worthy. There's supplies all over and unique events. Let's hit a vending machine and see what I get. I'll travel the city to fight and collect and meet lots of Montavi that I need to protect. We got Kappa, Kara B, and Tygo, Cacto, Tonki, them, and Hydo, Wishley, Goldie, Chodl, and Celia, and... Who are you? Choose your attacks. If you lose the battle, time to run it back. On top. Coming soon. Real soon. Check it out.
doing? Yeah, another sleepless night for me. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I keep having the same dream over and over again. Wait, what? We need 2 more days? No, 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 no. We've been stuck on this for 2 weeks, man.
Hopefully you remember me from the top of the show. I'm Michael Heim, editor at IGN. You may have seen me on podcasts, videos, reviews, or at events, and all that good stuff. I've been doing this for about 10 years now, and being able to wield the Filipino-American working class perspective when it mattered has led to some of my favorite work, and I hope others have connected with it. I've also had a sharp eye on the rise of the Southeast Asian game development scene, and I'm so proud to see these works of art connect with people from across the world. One of which brings the wild sport of Sepak Takraw to video game form. Think Extreme Kick Volleyball. And this game is kind of a mix between Smash Bros. And Windjammers. So check out Sepak U.
The Southeast Asian Games Showcase 2026 wouldn't have been possible without our amazing sponsors. Once again, a huge thank you to Gamescom Asia and Thailand Game Show, Goldpack Goblins, MDeck, PM Studios, Raw Fury, Toge Productions, Xbox, and Exola. We also wanted to remind you that you could find the games in our showcase and even more Southeast Asian games on our official Steam page. Download demos and support the games that are already out, and wishlist the games that catch your eye. Your support goes a long way for developers across the region. We also wanted to give a shout out to our event partners all over the region who are organizing live watch parties of the Southeast Asian Games Showcase.
Hey, I'm Rizal.
And I'm Cash.
And we're two childhood friends making a co-op roguelike deck builder made to test your relationships.
Dual Quest is a game where you build decks and go on runs to make your build stronger, like any other roguelike deck builder, but with a quirky twist.
In the middle of battle, your cards become personal questions you ask each other.
Pick a question you think your co-op partner knows about you, and match the answers.
Dude, you have too many shoes.
Yeah, it's a problem.
If you match answers on each of your turns, you create awesome combo cards.
Get it wrong, however. Dude, what the f?
How can you
Pasta is like the
prefer
best thing in the
pizza
world.
over
You can have so
pasta?
much. I don't think we can be friends anymore. Get it wrong and you get punished, and your bonds are broken.
Pick from a wide range of question themes with hundreds of questions each. Choose your paladin, build your decks, and explore awesome encounters with every new run.
Just don't blame us if your relationships don't stand the test.
Hey everyone, I'm Samantha Lau. I'm a publishing director, narrative designer, and co founder of the Southeast Asia Game Showcase. I'm also Malaysian and I'm currently living in Japan. Today I'm here to introduce an extremely heartfelt title with themes like romance, breakups, and a very Merry Christmas. Fall in love with this story rich visual novel from Singapore. This is Merry Crisis.
Do you want me to do this again? No? Okay. Okay. I am starting. Hey, my name's Nido, and I'm one of the producers at Sunset Visitor Studios. Previously, before coming onto the studio, I had the privilege of voicing the role Watcher in Sunset Visitor's debut game, 1000 Times Resist. I'm the firstborn Canadian in my family. My parents are Vietnamese. My dad was a boat person and immigrated to Canada after fleeing the Vietnam War. I'm sure, like most firstborn children of immigrant parents, there is a tension, a bit of a push and pull between the influences, the culture that raised us, and our new identity in Canada. But the reality is, both identities can't exist without the other. I think my Canadian identity informs my Vietnamese identity, and that's what makes it me.
Hello, hello. My name is Natalie Tinyan Gan. I also go by Pinky Lee. I am narrative designer and writer at Sunset Visitor Studios. My mother is from Hong Kong and my father is from Malaysia. One of the earliest photos of me is as a baby hovering over a mahjong table, sitting in the middle of our living room of our ancestral home. I spent a lot of my childhood summers growing up in Malaysia, particularly in an area called Setapak, which is on the outskirts of Kuala Lumpur, and which is a place that really no one goes to visit unless they live there. When I think about Southeast Asia, I think about Malaysian heat. I think about Malaysian food. I think about Malaysian malls. I also reflect on the complex web of cultures, of languages, and of politics. As a kid, I naturally took all of this for granted, but I think a lot of these memories and early exposures have played a significant role in who I am and how I understand the world. My work is very responsive to my environment. And as such, I've made a point of returning to Malaysia every year to work, to live, to be, to eat. And more, I'm discovering how much the spirit of the place has always been present in my art, not only in aesthetic, but also in my instincts as a storyteller. In our upcoming game, Prove You're Human, I have the distinct privilege of getting to write a Southeast Asian protagonist who also happens to be the player character. We're currently in production, and we look forward to sharing it with you soon.
I have dreamt so long of my body that I know everything about it. I've dreamt it into existence.
They say you think you're human.
I am human. In this place, where everyone takes their bodies for granted, I would never. When I meet my body, I will never part from her.
Walked this path before me. Let your zodiac trials begin.
I'm Genshin from Xbox. As you've just seen, we're proud supporters of games from across Southeast Asia, and we couldn't be more excited to be back at the Southeast Asian Game Showcase.
Hollywood loves me.
Now, let's check out Over Hours by Control D Studio.
Hello, fellow productive members of society. My name is Elwin.
Worker 012.
I heard you are the kind of people who play hard and work harder, so I'm here to present our latest project in development, Work Work Work. Work 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 is a retro pixel art adventure game where you experience the surreal cycle of work, life, and death. You must find clues, gather information to uncover the hidden truth. The game takes place inside the Triquetra company where you play as a worker. It features familiar locations found in many workplaces, such as cubicles that promise full privacy, a pantry with free flow coffee,
An infinitely looping emergency staircase.
and an evaluation meeting hall designed to inspire productivity. Work 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 began as a prototype released in 2023, titled Test Test Test. It incorporated alternate reality game elements. Work 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 retains the same theme and gameplay, while introduce a new story and puzzles. Work 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 is created by 2K Productions, specifically its Surabaya-based subsidiary, Mochiken Studio, the team behind games like When the Past Was Around and The Space for the Unbound. That's all I can present today. Stay tuned for more news on Work Work Work. Have a great and productive day.
Hi, I'm Nicole, director of Until Then at Polychrome Games.
Hello, I'm Kyle Patrick Naval, composer for Until Then and its upcoming DLC Until Then After Images.
After Images is a DLC featuring 2 new short stories following Sophia and Mark grown up, along with brand new characters. In this DLC, we wanted to explore the lasting silent undercurrents of grief, loss, and acceptance. We wanted to take on more mature and profound themes portrayed in 2 unique chapters.
I think the players will love the overall story that we are about to tell, and we are really excited to share what we came up with as a team, and I hope that you are really excited to see it as well.
One of my favorite things about this DLC is that Mark's chapter is set in a fictional version of University of the Philippines, Diliman, where some of my colleagues and I went to college. The artists did an excellent job of recreating the atmosphere of Sunken Garden as well as the places and buildings around it. It felt like I was back in time.
The most challenging part for me and the most fun at the same time in making the music for this DLC was probably the full band tracks. I also got to experiment more on writing songs on the guitar and some other instruments, and I'm really excited to break down some tracks when it releases, so I hope you can be patient with us.
We thought this would be easy because we made Until Then for years and already have experience making all these scenes. But the truth is, a lot of the environments, sprites, and characters in this DLC, they had to be made from scratch, and we forgot that, that takes a lot of, that would take so much time, but in the end, it was all worth it. We can't wait for you to experience After Images, our take on what it means to carry on living in the presence of absence.
Hello,
I'm Suncha from Scrowcast Studio, and we're back with Hua 2. With this sequel, Hua blossoms into a fully 3D world, opening up a whole new dimension for exploration, puzzle solving, and discovery, while building upon the visual and musical heart of the original game. You can
to decide.
Dracula's castle is just
No.
ahead. I have come here to destroy you, just like my father,
Fine.
mother, and their allies before me.
No one believed me when I said the newest Belmont would be a girl.
God has given you another chance, Rose. You must use it wisely to better control your curse and strengthen yourself.
You are no more than an irritating thing. What makes you think you can stop me this time?
I've always wanted a pet Belmont.
Stupid girl. I will show you what hell is.
I am Rose Belmont, and I will hunt the night!
Some years have a color to them. A haze that seems to fill the whole world. In its glow, you discover wonderful new places. Dear friends you always needed. And golden moments which linger on the warm breeze. As you live your
are ringing. Bullets are flying.
What you do that for?
My fingers slip. And every copper in the tangle is on my tail.
Hooligans, come to order!
Piss off! Let me introduce you to some of my esteemed colleagues.
Even my schemes have schemes.
Me, I prefer to make it up as I go.
Morgan! Oh, you'll have better odds getting through without me.
Everyone knows you're easy pickings for someone with any sand.
Then give my regards to the Sandman. Cheap rubbish.
A corpse in hand is worth two in the grave, as they say.
Look at the bloody airships. We're not here for you.
Not here for me. I'm Anne fucking Darrow.
Time to lay our hands to mischief.
We've been preparing to rob Griswick's vault for months now. So put in the heist tonight, yeah? Morgan, get to that crane to lower the ship.
Greetings. I am the Miracle Industries auto-loading crane. If you have the authority, I am at your service.
What happens if I fired a few holes in you?
The lift is now unlocked.
Ah, defeat. How sad. You were all doing so well.
Do you expect us to go quietly?
Well, I certainly don't expect any trouble from some of Avalon's most disposable citizens.
Hello, frightened human. I can get you out of this. You've just jumped about 25 years back in time. This place, on this day, is ripe for changing the course of history.
This life ain't one for granting easy choices. But I just found a way to control the past. Change who's in control. Make things unfair. In our favor. Brought you a little toy with a big mouth.
What a proper little villain.
A better villain than you'll ever be, you decrepit old soak.
The pimp, the bloke, the priest. Who do we like the least? Oh, it's different how they do ya. The ways they stick it to ya. And when they're done with chucking it up, oh, downstairs, well, they're all gonna screw you in the end.
Nothing's ever given to folk like us. Especially not the future. But this time, we've a chance to steal it. What more could an honest thief ask for?
Stairs, well, they're all going to screw you in the end.
Clockwork Revolution is an original experience full of intriguing characters and incredible world building. And it's an Xbox console exclusive coming in 2027. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is a milestone year for us as we celebrate 25 years with you, and we're excited about our lineup of iconic games. Record-breaking Forza Horizon 6, the return of Master Chief, rebuilt from the ground up, the extraordinary world of Fable, full of choice and consequences. Incredible games from our partners at Sega, 4A Games, Koei Tecmo, and more. And players can look forward to 2 upcoming exclusives, Gears of War E-Day in 2026 and Clockwork Revolution in 2027. In a moment, we'll dive into Gears of War E-Day, but before we do, one franchise that has been with us from the beginning is Call of Duty. Now it's bigger than ever, with a new Modern Warfare later this year and a movie on the way. Last month, the teams at Infinity Ward and Activision gave us a glimpse of the story and gameplay. Today, they are back with a first look at DMZ, reimagined in a way that only Call of Duty can deliver.
현명한 용도 아래 우리 조선 반도는 질서정연하고 강력하다. 남부 차단 구역에서 발생했던 산업 사고는 우리 공화국의 용접 투쟁으로 이미 수습되어 조국의 안전엔 흔들림이 없다. 차단 구역은 안전하다.
Up here. Copy. Where are we at on the intel? Got it. Alright, let's find that HVT. On you.
Overwatch to actual. Letting that intel compromise your location. Enemies are alerted to your position.
Shit. Yeah, you know we're here. What's up? Hey, you good, man? Fuck. Yeah, you're all right.
Is that the HVT?
Hey, fuck the HVT. Let's just go to exfil. Fuck! I got you, man. You good? Yep. Let's just get out of here. Alright. Let me get some ammo. Yep. Oh, hell yeah.
Alright, let's move. Overwatch to actual. Look for any building with green smoke. I say again, green smoke. Freeze, you got eggs?
Yeah, I got it. Oh, shit. I'm inside.
Get your ass to the roof right now.
Copy. Please have medical. Oh, thank you. downstairs?
Negative. I'm headed up the ladder.
Going up to the roof. Oh, shit!
Welcome to the Coalition here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, home of Gears of War. When Gears debuted in 2006, it instantly redefined the genre. And now in 2026, we're on the cusp of another rare moment. A chance to honor where we've been, celebrate with our fans, and lay the foundation for where Gears is going next. To get there, we're taking it all the way back to the day the world changed and the fight began, Emergence Day. It's a day of unimaginable loss that sits at the heart of our universe. And today, for the first time, we're ready to take you inside the studio and show you all the ways to play with our new movements, weapons, and modes that will make E-Day the most brutally satisfying Gears yet.
Is that all you got?
Before we talk about what this game is, I think it's important to share why we chose E-Day. When we started this project, we were moving to Unreal Engine 5. It was a new foundation with a blank slate. So we took a moment to reflect on what makes Gears so special to us and to our fans. And we realized that all of the things that make this world feel so unique, brotherhood, brutality, that melancholy beauty, and over-the-top spectacle, they're all perfectly set up in this one moment in time, E-Day. The moment the Locust ripped through the ground and changed the history of Serra forever. And to tell that story, we wanted to build an experience that evoked the vibes of the original Gears game. So we started with this one still from the Mad World trailer. It's Marcus facing down the Locust, defiantly firing into the darkness against overwhelming odds. And we said, this is the emotional core of Gears. This is the tone and feeling that we wanted to build our next game around.
This is our most ambitious game yet. E-Day is a story we haven't been able to tell before because we didn't have the technology to do it. We finally have the tools to reimagine the Gears world at a new, unprecedented level of detail. We're pushing Gears to new heights with the densest, most detailed world we've ever created. With seamless, large-scale environments.
It's even worse from up here.
Fully dynamic ray trace lighting. And richer real-time destruction. Starting with an empty hard drive, we literally rebuilt everything from scratch. Characters, enemies, weapons, animation, sound, the world itself. And then we tear it apart in front of you. You'll fight against bigger and more brutal enemies with new and craftier weapons and navigate the battlefield with more natural character movement so that every moment of emergence plays smoother and hits harder.
This is a game that feels like Gears, but plays like new.
Now, we're inside.
It's a return to the feelings that we had when we played the original games, but now reimagined, evolved, and enhanced with the power of a new engine.
is set before the events of the original Gears of War. After decades of conflict, peace has finally been declared on Serra, and the Gears have returned home.
Love you, baby.
Marcus Phoenix and Dominic Santiago are young veterans trying to adjust to civilian life while grieving the loss of someone they both loved. Carlos Santiago, Dom's older brother and Marcus's best friend.
To Carlos.
To Carlos. Best fucking brother anyone could ask for.
Carlos died in combat in a moment of sacrifice before the war ended, and without him, Marcus and Dom's relationship is distant.
The emotion from our refinery kept power running.
With the world just barely on the cusp of peace and our characters coming to terms with their new reality, the locusts emerge and change everything.
The Coalition Emergency Broadcast System. There are reports of multiple tremors causing minor damage across Kelowna.
E-Day tells not one, but two origin stories. The start of this world falling apart and a brotherhood coming together. And over the course of 3 intense days, you'll see how loss reshapes this world and our characters, beginning with a night of desperate survival in a brand new city.
We decided to focus our story on just one city, so you could really feel what war does to people. When we started creating Kelowna, we wanted it to be more than just a backdrop. We wanted to feel alive, like it was another character in the story, packed with layers and personality. Kelowna used to be all about innovation and discovery. But years of industrialization for the COG War effort totally reshaped it. With such a rich history, it made sense to lean into that classic Gears retro vibe. Towering architecture, robust vehicles, and grounded technology. Kind of like those gritty industrial cities from the 1970s. We also looked right outside these windows at the mountains, the ocean, and local landmarks to help give Kelowna its unique style. As you play the campaign, the city reveals itself through the main districts. The historic center, with its classic Gears architecture in stone and steel. The downtown core, more modern, reshaped by decades of industrial growth. The military airfield, set at the forest edge with shipyards nearby, the refineries, and supporting working-class neighborhoods, built around constant emulsion production.
Gears plays best in a city, and Kelowna is the ultimate battlefield. Kelowna's density, tight streets, mixed with open spaces, let us rethink how Gear moves through the world, and it created the perfect stage for greater scale and verticality in combat. Our soldiers are basically giant tanks in armor. They slam into cars, weaving through hails of bullets. And we wanted to keep that heaviness, but add more fluidity to how you move through the battlefield. Cover is life in Gears. And we've completely rebuilt our movement and cover systems, with smoother transitions and a bigger range of cover heights and shapes, including new low ground cover. This all allows us to create more complex and organic feeling spaces than ever before. From sprint, you can now slide, which lets you quickly get under objects, slide around corners, or transition more smoothly into cover from a run. And we added the ability to jump, which really opened up this citywide battleground. We get to play with more verticality, climbing walls and vehicles, or clearing gaps in crumbling buildings to reach new flanking routes. At the heart of our gameplay is still that great Gears combat puzzle. A mix of unique enemy combinations, tactical weapon choices, and your ability to read and move through the arena. But now you have more choice than ever, and we get these peaks of almost action movie sequences. You can throw yourself off a balcony, land next to your buddy and revive him, scramble through cover, slide under a truck, and hit safety on the other side. We get these amazing Gears playgrounds, small and large, where all these elements come together, and the city is filled with them.
Our missions move across the city, from linear fights in narrow streets and alleys to more open districts, where you have access to entire neighborhoods. Now you have strategic choices. Do you take the enemy head-on? Do you flank them from a side entrance? Or do you climb up to the balcony across the street and take them all out with your long shot? It's up to you. And if you're playing co-op with your friends, well, then you can try all three at the same time. Taking your own path reveals small stories from the city. Survivors trapped in an apartment.
There's a civilian in that building. 4th floor.
A raven crashed in the distance. A group of gears readying an ambush. You still have your orders, but it's up to you to decide where you offer to help or how much of the city you choose to explore.
And that city is fully realized. To create a city of this scale and detail, we needed to invest in an entire suite of tools. Tools for roads, intersections, sidewalks, e-holes, buildings, rooftops, and pipes. We have a procedural content generation toolset for scattering millions of pieces of trash and debris across the ground to make Kelowna feel lived in. This is the largest, most complex location you've ever seen in a Gears game.
But the board control is connected to an older antenna. I can reconfigure their radios to reach Ephira.
Do it. The remaining Gears will hold the fort.
In other Gears games, the world's basically already dead. There are very few human survivors left. But in E-Day, you're watching a live city get ripped apart in front of you. People who once went to work, sporting events, and celebrated the possibility of peacetime are now stopped in their tracks. They abandon their cars and run for survival, attempting to find refuge in subways or stores. A glimpse of a child's toy or dinner left uneaten are reminders of what's been lost and the horror of what the locusts have unleashed.
You'll experience the locust decimation at all scales in E-Day through our customized destruction technology. E-holes are back, unleashing waves of enemies from under your feet at any moment.
As a game design element, getting to use e-holes again as a spawn mechanic is brilliant. Locusts can come out of the ground anywhere, you can toss a grenade in to close them up, just adds this great tactical layer to encounters.
But you'll also encounter massive sinkholes that'll pull down vehicles and entire buildings. And no amount of detail is too small, as micro-destruction goes beyond what we've ever done before with chippable cover across a range of materials. Your impact is real, visceral, and leaves a mark on the world. Destroyed Beauty has long been a visual pillar of Gears of War, and we finally get to show the before, making the after hit that much harder. You'll recognize a neighborhood that was once intact is now completely destroyed. You'll walk through city streets filled with smoke and fire, and it feels completely different from how you first experienced it. You start getting this real feeling of the city's a character, and it's really under attack. It's the fall of Kelowna.
E-Day is an intentionally intimate story. There's this colossal event going on in the plot, but the actual characters and the journey they go on is where you get to explore themes of burden, of loss, and of loyalty. The whole world of Gears is about characters. It's the nightmarish monsters from below versus the soldiers that hold the line in a war for survival.
You okay? No way this is real. It's pretty fucking real to me. On your feet.
This was our opportunity to focus on what makes Gears characters so special and what makes our enemies so iconic. The entire campaign is played from the perspective of our new squad, Bravo. As the invasion breaks out, you'll meet Mags Carter, a former gear now sweating it out at Kelowna's emulsion refinery.
Now, why don't you come talk shit when your balls drop? And quit going through my stuff.
And you'll also meet rookie cadet Lucas Reyes.
Hell.
A sharp comms officer who never made it to the front lines despite his dreams of military glory.
Holy fucking shit.
Megs and Lucas, together with Marcus and Dom, are 4 soldiers thrown together, fighting through tensions with each other while fighting the Locusts, ultimately forging their bonds in battle.
We follow Bravo Squad with our cinematic cameras, just like the intense war movies we love. The shots are intentionally gritty and a bit shaky, and leaning into these rough edges is what makes you feel like you're right in the middle of the action.
Bravo's story also intertwines with others called to defend the city, including returning characters like warrior philosopher Ty Kaliso.
Our roads converge again. Marcus Phoenix. Die.
And fans of the books will finally get to see the hard-ass Raven pilot Gil Gettner in-game for the very first time.
Let's go and fuck this mess.
Marcus and Dom are absolute legends. You can spot those strong jaws and thick necks from a mile away. But if you go too realistic, you lose those unique features that make them stand out. Honestly, Marcus just isn't Marcus if we take away his classic perma-scout. So instead of chasing perfect realism, we focused on making them believable and memorable, respecting the details that really make them who they are.
Material and character fidelity in Gears of War E-Day far surpasses anything we've been able to achieve before. Our facial animation systems have been completely upgraded for E-Day, with 3 times more joints and over 350 facial shapes sculpted for each head alone to really represent the emotion in our characters. Marcus has more detail in his eyelashes than his entire character model did in the original Gears of War on Xbox 360.
Phoenix. Marcus. Sergeant, 26 RTI C Company. Next to kin, Adam Phoenix.
With the amount of layers we have, we've never had fidelity at this scale. Combined with a much more sophisticated animation rig, this allows us to have way more expressive characters with a huge range. From a small smirk to yells on the battlefield.
Come and get some, you goddamn grubs!
Your experience takes on a new intensity. We're pushing the graphical limit with 4K Ultra HD resolution, native HDR10 rendering, hardware ray tracing at 60 frames per second in campaign, and up to 120 frames per second in multiplayer.
When it comes to the Locusts, to make them more believable, we made them scarier. The drones are wild and vicious. The boomers are even bigger this time around. Like living battering rams smashing through doorways onto the battlefield. The wretches scream so loud it disorients you before they rip you apart. And the Reavers, they crawl up buildings and rain fire from above. Basically, the whole Locust army, whether new or old, are more intense than ever before.
So what now, Marcus?
We save everyone we can.
Gears of War has never been a horror game, but the world has always felt horrifying. And with E-Day, we lean into that even more. Our new gore system means damage feels meaty, responsive, and satisfying.
That was satisfying.
Muscle and cloth deforms in response to your attacks, and blood and bone damage adds to the intensity of combat. Gore is localized as well. Shoot a locust in the armor leg, and you'll see the bullet take a chunk out of it. Or land a heavy shot on a limb, and our dismemberment system will rip it clean off in glorious detail.
The Nasher is going to get you the most satisfying shots, covering you in blood. or pop heads from afar with the long shot. We've revamped our favorite weapons for E-Day. And of course, we also have some fun new ones for even more brutal ways to tear your enemies apart. The new Gut Puncher grenade launcher is a cog weapon that fires armor-piercing explosive rounds. Quick fire a round to let it explode, or hold the trigger to control when it detonates. That means you can place a well-timed explosion behind an enemy protected by cover, or with practice, master its long-range eco closing potential. The incinerator is our new shotgun. You can see the emulsion literally melt the skin off an enemy's body. Before, you'd probably get into a grapple if an enemy came charging at you. Now, you feel the power of getting to incinerate them when they get close. And of course, the Lancer.
Nice.
The creation of the Chainsaw Lancer is another origin story from lore that we wanted to show in E-Day. From the moment that Ty grabbed that chainsaw to rip through a locust at the superstore, to a prototype kit bash on the front lines of the invasion, all to deliver on that gratifying moment when you finally get to slice a grub in two.
Gears music has always been about tension, escalation, and release. When a fight kicks off, the music hits hard. It tightens as things get more dangerous. And when you've dropped the last enemy, you hear that familiar big ringing chord. For E-Day, we kept that structure, but made the sound harsher. Together with our composer, Adam Lastica, we built the score to match a world on the verge of collapse. The electric guitar returns alongside classical instruments, but both are pushed into uncomfortable territory. Like dragging a bone saw across a cello, creating dissonance that never fully resolves.
Where the hell are we?
And then there's the sound design. All chainsaws have voices. When it came to the sound for our Proto Lancer, it was important to us to track down the exact make and model that was recorded back in 2006 and rebuild it from the ground up using our new sound effects system. This chainsaw has a 14-inch blade with that signature meaty yet intimate sound, and when it revs, you can hear all the gnarly details. In terms of how you'll experience Kelowna, I always think about our acoustic system like this. I'm walking down a street and I hear the sound reflecting off the walls around me. Then I step into an alley and everything immediately tightens. I come back out into a wide space and the sound opens up again, almost like a cathedral. And it's not just those spaces, it's the transitions between them where the magic really happens. That's where things feel alive. That's acoustics in real time. It's a heavy world. And what better way to experience its dread and tension than through the music and sound that surrounds you?
No other game does the squad like Gears does. Our themes, our gameplay, and our modes, they all revolve around this core element. But it's not just about the brotherhood that you experience in the stories. It's also about the bonds you create with your friends. Co-op has always been a part of our DNA. And like every great Gears game, you can bring your own squad to this fight. In campaign, all 4 characters are playable from the start, and we support 4-player online co-op and 2-player split screen on console. In Versus, our sweaty squad-based PvP is back, with a collection of 4v4 modes and all new maps set in locations in and around the war-torn city of Kelowna. We've combined classic Gears symmetrical PvP map design with new traversal opportunities. You'll put your skill to the test alongside a seasonal roadmap of killer content, almost all of which you can just earn by playing the game. completing in-game challenges, events, and achievements. And today, we're excited to announce a dynamic new evolution of Gears' iconic PvE mode, Horde Siege. It's a 12-player mode where all 3 squads fight alongside each other to battle the Locust invasion and defend Kelowna across a range of city-based maps. We'll have more to share soon, and we hope you join us for our open beta weekends later this summer.
We good? Sergeant Phoenix?
Guess we're back to it.
We can't outrun the past. But as long as we're still breathing, we're the ones that keep fighting.
20 years of Gears is such a milestone. It is such an honor and also a huge responsibility to make sure we deliver on the story of Gears.
It always comes back to the squad. It always comes back to this theme of getting through the absolute shittiest of times with somebody else who constantly has your back. And that's Marcus and Dom's story. The story of the original trilogy. The story of E-Day. And the story I think we can all relate to.
Thanks for pushing through. Couldn't have done it alone. You got it, man.
Having the opportunity to have E-Day come out in the same year as the 20th anniversary of Gears, the quarter-century anniversary of Xbox, it's almost like a homecoming. It's like returning back to our roots and saying, fuck yeah, we're back. And we have so many more stories to tell. It's an incredible honor and one that we want to make sure that we do right.
Ty. What a nightmare.
Untouched by nearly 80 years of war. Destroyed in 2 nights.
For us, the heart of Gears has always been about the bonds you make in the darkest of times. Inside the studio, we rally around a simple phrase: never fight alone. It guides how we build our stories, our gameplay, and our world. It's how we work as a team and the commitment we make to you, our fans. Everything comes back to that important idea of sharing life's experiences, the highs and lows, together. And E-Day is the best expression of never fight alone that we've ever made. Whether you'll be picking up a Lancer for the first time ever, or you're as battle-hardened as Marcus Phoenix, there's always a place for you in the Gears squad when Emergence begins on October 6th.